What's up, family? Trail here, and we have some news that you probably won't believe when I show it to you. Yes, this was not something we were expecting to actually happen. Additionally, there was another mass shooting on Monday, which left 17 people dead and others wounded. Also, the storm Ian is picking up strength and headed directly for Florida, which could turn into a hurricane category 4. I also have an update on about 17 states that are sending out inflation relief checks out very soon. And lastly, I do want to share with you my partnership with Mumu, but we'll talk about that later on in this video. But in the meantime, hey, you guys already know what to do. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel as well as hit the like button for us. Now let's jump into the video. Well, guys, it's been pretty quiet over the last month or so, but now we have just had another mass shooting. Yes, but this particular shooting happened at a school in Russia, which is very shocking considering how much this country is pretty much on lockdown on pretty much everything. But yes, a mass shooting at a Russia school ended up leaving about 17 individuals dead as well as 24 people injured. Yes, guys, according to this article, it says that 17 people are dead. 24 people have been wounded in a Russia school shooting by a gunman with converted pistols and a shirt on with Nazi symbols. Yes, guys, as you can see from this particular video, it was pretty much going bananas in Russia at this particular school and them trying to pretty much get everything under control. But yes, guys, as if we don't already have enough people dying within this particular invasion of Ukraine, and now we have shootings happening at a Russia school. But anyways, guys, we definitely want to keep them in our prayers in the meantime, even though majority of people don't necessarily like exactly what the country of Russia, specifically the president Vladimir Putin, is doing to America as well as the invasion on Ukraine. But either way it goes, guys, we still want to keep those families in our prayers in the meantime. But also, speaking of Russia, it doesn't stop there, guys. We also have some other news in regards to the threats that have been put out by Vladimir Putin against the United States as well as against Ukraine as well as against other countries, in which Putin has stated multiple times in which he is willing to use nuclear weapons. And the United States has been pretty firm in regards to this, in which the United States is warning Russia of catastrophic consequences if they use any type of nuclear weapons. Yes, the Russian president, Vladimir Putin, renewed his nuclear threats last week as he escalated his war in Ukraine by calling up reservists and moving to annex occupied areas of Ukraine, in which, like I said, Putin is particularly saying that he is ready and willing to use nuclear weapons, and he's probably going to use those weapons. But the United States is standing firm, guys, and they have put out the warnings multiple times and said that, look, Putin, you better calm down, bro. You better calm down. If you do use any nuclear weapons, you are going to be faced with catastrophic consequences, which means the United States will be officially going to war with Russia. But anyways, guys, last but not least in regards to Russia, hey, you guys remember that particular whistleblower, Edward Snowden, who worked for the NSA, that leaked all that information, which was illegal according to the United States policies and procedures? Yes, that particular whistleblower, Edward Snowden, has now been granted Russian citizenship by Vladimir Putin. So yes, guys, we know that he was unable to come back to the United States because he was going to face being arrested. But now it looks like he has found ground and a home in Russia, which is one of the oddest places to live, but he can remain safe there, as we know that the tensions between the United States and Russia. But yes, guys, Edward Snowden on Monday was granted Russian citizenship to former National Security Agency contractor Edward Snowden. Now, Snowden fled the United States and was given asylum in Russia after revealing classified documents about the U.S. government's mass surveillance program back in 2013. Now, Snowden was granted permanent residency in Russia back in October of 2020, but his lawyer said at the time that he was not considering applying for Russian citizenship. But as we move forward 2-3 years later, and now here we are, it looks like he did apply for Russian citizenship, and the Russian president, Vladimir Putin, did grant that particular citizenship. So anyways, guys, that's all we have in regards to Russia, which I am glad to say that. But I would like to interrupt this video to share with you my new preferred brokerage account that I use for buying and selling stocks. It is called Moomoo. I recently got them to offer my family and friends up to 15 free stocks. Now, in order to qualify, all you have to do is sign up using the link down below, and that will get you at least one free stock. And then after that, deposit $100, and that will give you an additional 4 free stocks. And if you deposit $2,000 or more, you can receive all 15 stocks for free. And the beauty about this is they could be worth up to $2,000. Now, if you do sign up, please remember to keep your money in your brokerage account at least 60 days, guys, in order to receive the stocks. And again, it's free money, so don't sleep on this opportunity. But anyways, let's get back into the video. Moving on, guys, we do want to talk about a little bit in regards to the storm, the huge tropical storm that is in the Gulf right now that is headed towards Florida. Yes, guys, this particular tropical storm is pretty much projected to turn into either a Category 2 hurricane or either a Category 4 hurricane, which is headed directly towards Florida, specifically the Tampa area, in which, yes, we have an update in regards to this because Disney World, which we know where the famous mouse is, Mickey Mouse, he is there, as well as other Florida theme parks are pretty much monitoring this storm because it is headed directly in that direction, guys, and they definitely are probably going to have to shut down because they need to keep the individual consumers safe during these particular times when the storm is actually going to hit. Now, it does say the tropical storm Ian is become a hurricane according to the U.S. National Hurricane Center, which they stated this on Monday. Then the impacts are expected to be felt in Cuba as well as Jamaica with heavy rainfall with possible flash flooding. Now, a flood warning has been activated for the Cayman Islands according to an official government post, and videos on social media are already showing extreme winds and rain impacting the Cayman Islands. But in regards to this, how Florida is preparing, well, and as a result of that, Florida has already activated about 5,000 National Guard servicemen to be on duty during this particular times. Now, Florida is preparing because they've already activated these National Guards. In addition, Governor Ron DeSantis also said that the state has already received an additional 2,000 personnel from neighboring states, including Tennessee, Georgia, North Carolina, and Louisiana. Now, the Florida Division of Emergency Management said that there have already been about 338 local assistance requests in anticipation of the storm, and DeSantis told residents get their evacuation plans and preparations in place, including knowing the evacuation zones. Now, he also said that Florida has suspended tolls around Tampa Bay to help ease some of the traffic from evacuation orders that are already in place, and DeSantis said that drivers should anticipate that it will take longer to get from one place to another place ahead of the storm. So you definitely want to prepare in advance, which means you need to go ahead and leave right now versus waiting 24 to 48 hours before the storm actually hits. So again, guys, I'll continue to warn you guys as well. If you live in the state of Florida near the Tampa area, yes, you definitely want to go ahead and make preparations right now because you don't want to wait until the storm pretty much hits, guys, which right now it is expected to hit Florida area around the Wednesday time frame. So yes, guys, today is Tuesday, but we just have less than 24 hours away. So you definitely want to make those preparations right now, according to Governor Ron DeSantis. But anyways, guys, you can probably find out more evacuation information online by Googling in your local state to get that information. But moving on, guys, hey, we do have more pain for our seniors, our Social Security recipients, in regards to what we heard last week from the Fed Chairman Jerome Powell, in which he warned of pain is yet to come. Yes, he said that seniors that are on fixed incomes are already feeling it right now, but there could be more pain ahead down the road. And yes, guys, it says that America's seniors are facing a lot of hard choices right now after the Federal Reserve's latest rate hike of 0.75 percentage point, and the combination of climbing prices on everything from food to gas to utilities and even higher borrowing costs is making the finances of American Americans on fixed incomes increasingly precautious. Yes, overall, they have an increase in daily living expenses because of the economy right now, considering the high inflation that we are all suffering from right now. And yes, according to Thomas, which is the executive director at the Thea Bowman Center, said that many seniors the center serves who own their own homes are at risk of falling behind on property taxes and often don't have enough money to perform crucial repairs and to keep up with the upkeep of their homes, which is referring to the maintenance. And yes, being able to keep those homes up is a struggle for most of them out there, considering they are on pretty much fixed incomes, especially now that we are dealing with the high inflations, which has caused pretty much everything to go up at least 20 to even 40%. Yes, our seniors, our Social Security recipients, and many, many more are really having a hard time right now. And to even put icing on the cake, the Fed chairman just said that senior Social Security recipients are going to even suffer even more pain in the days, the weeks, the months ahead. So yes, guys, we definitely want to keep those seniors, our Social Security recipients, be prayerful of them right now. Definitely keep them in mind. And if you know of one of them that lives close to you, you definitely want to be able to check in with them to see what they can need help with, because you could potentially offer some type of assistance in regards to maintenance on their homes, or maybe change out a light bulb or different things like that, guys. We definitely want to be mindful of our seniors and Social Security recipients. They are the ones that are the most vulnerable right now during these economic times. So anyways, guys, yes, there is more pain to come, and I'll definitely keep those individuals in my prayers during the meantime. But anyways, guys, we do want to go ahead and talk about some stimulus update news, because we do have a bit of relief in regards to some new or previous inflation relief checks that are going out to about 17 different states. Yes, according to this article right here that we just received a couple of days ago, it talks about if you file taxes in these particular 17 states, you could be getting an inflation relief check from the government. And yes, I just want to briefly go over the 17 states that are listed in this article, just so that you can go out there and Google for yourself to find out exactly the information in respective to your local state that you actually live in. So anyways, guys, I'll go over these real quick, but I will include a link to this article down below in the description so that you can check it out in its entirety. But again, guys, these are the 7 states where you might be eligible for an inflation relief check. And yes, we do have the first state, which is California. Those particular checks are going to be up to around $1,050. Colorado, the checks are going at the end of this month, which could be up to $1,500. We also have the state of Delaware, in which they have what's called the Delaware Relief Rebate Program, and they are sending out one-time $300 relief rebate checks. We also have Florida, in which they previously sent out $450 stimulus checks to low-income individuals, but now they also have an additional type of inflation relief check that they're trying to get approved right now as well by Governor Ron DeSantis, and I believe those checks are around $1,000. We also have the state of Georgia, in which they announced of a one-time tax refund that could be worth up to $500. We also have the state of Hawaii, in which they announced of a one-time tax refunds for the residents in the respective state of Hawaii, in which those checks could be worth up to $300 each, which would include dependents as well, which means that a family of 4 could receive up to $1,200. We also have the state of Idaho, in which they signed a new bill which could offer up to $600 for joint filers. Also, we have the state of Illinois, in which they signed a $1.8 billion family relief plan, which could send out $100 per individual in the household, including $100 per dependent, which could pay up to around 5 individuals in your household, which could mean father, mother, as well as 3 dependents, which could be an amount of $500. We also have the state of Indiana, in which they have passed what's called a state's automatic taxpayer refund law, in which those individuals in that state could receive up to $250. We also have the state of Maine, in which full-year residents in the 2021 year could receive up to $850 relief checks in this particular state. And just a side note, I believe that this is is the only state that is offering this much money per individual. $850 relief checks. That is awesome, guys. But anyways, we also have Massachusetts, in which the governor announced of tax rebate checks, and those could be going out in the amount of 13% of their 2021 income tax liability. So that really depends on how much you actually received in that particular year. We also have New Jersey, in which they are calling out a middle class tax rebate program, in which some individuals in that state could receive up to $1,500 in relief rebate checks. They also have what's called renters assistance, in which those individuals could receive around $450 checks for New Jersey. But anyways, moving on, we also have New Mexico, in which residents in that respective states could receive up to $250 or $500 for joint filers. And then moving on, we have New York, in which homeowners started receiving property tax rebates worth around $1,050. And yes, they also have a new program called the 2022 School Tax Relief Program, or better known as the STAR program. And those individuals could receive an additional check, which is called a school tax liability rebate check. And yes, we don't have the exact amount for those, but anyways, you can look that information up in New York. Also, we have Pennsylvania, in which as of September, low-income homeowners that are enrolled in a Pennsylvania property tax rent and rebate program will receive one-time tax rebate checks, and those could be worth up to $650. And then also we have South Carolina, in which they are offering particular tax cuts on this new bill that they just introduced, and those tax rebate cuts could be worth up to $700. And last but not least, guys, we do have the state of Virginia, in which they are introducing this a particular program that is going to help families lower the cost of living. And yes, you could be eligible to receive a one-time rebate check between $250 up to $500 for joint filers. But anyways, guys, those are the 17 states that are listed in this particular article, in which those checks have already started to go out, or either on its way going out through the month of November. But anyways, guys, I hope all this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, guys, hey, that's all I have for you today. But as a quick reminder, don't forget about the promotion with Moomoo, where they are giving out those 15 free stocks, and it is a great app for you to be trading on, or at least being able to get these free 15 stocks, and that link will be down below. But don't forget that the promotion ends at the end of this month. But anyways, guys, hey, if you enjoyed today's content and you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, guys, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.